Welcome to Devil's Deal Amusement Park, the only park where you can get in absolutely free for just the cost of your immortal soul. Now right over here you have the Apron Organ Tree. Now this is where a man named Tom Walker had a wife and she wanted to deal with the devil, but it didn't turn out very well. Right there, that's her apron, and inside it has her heart and her liver. That's why it's called the Apron Organ Tree. Crying shame, but she did put up a good fight. Next up, we have Tom Walker and his wife's house. It is a very depressing place, more like a prison than anything else. As you see, the windows are silver with bars. There's a chimney with no smoke coming out of it. It's really just a depressing place. Inside, you can go ahead and walk around in it. There is no furniture because the two are very big cheapskates, and they didn't want to pay for any, so they just sleep on the floor, as you can see. So, after that, we will go ahead and move on to our next wonderful attraction at Devil's Deal Amusement Park. We have the canoe station. At the canoe station, you can go up the river all the way up to Boston. Now, of course, paddling, some people don't like it, but just think. If you made a deal with the devil, and he told you to go set up a firm where you could take advantage of the disadvantaged and cheat them out of even more money, this is where you want to go. Because at Devil's Deal Amusement Park, we are all for going up to Boston in a canoe and, just making people's lives miserable. Next up, we will look at our restaurants. Right here, we have the Heart and Liver stall. Now, this is, of course, right next to the Apron Organ Tree, where Tom Walker's wife was brutally murdered by the devil. So right here, we are selling her organs for low prices of, free. Because you get in with your immortal soul. It's a big selling point, I believe. But very delicious. I hear that there's some excellent seasoning with the heart and the liver. And a wonderful place to stop and eat when you get hungry and when you get thirsty. Let's move ahead on to the Swamp Drink stall. The Swamp Drink stall, as you can see, in the top, there's a little thing on the top, I guess, to illustrate what it looks like. There's some wonderful brown muck-looking stuff. It's absolutely delicious. It's a specialty here at Devil's Deal Amusement Park. We distill it from that green goo over there that's bubbling up. And it somehow turns brown, but it's very delicious. I highly recommend it as the owner of the park. Yes, very much. Next up, we will go on to the Cackling Hen Scrambled Egg stall. Tom Walker's wife was just as miserly as Tom Walker. And Tom Walker's wife, if she heard a hen cackle, the hen could barely even let out that cackle before Tom Walker's wife would be there stealing the egg from under it. So right there, we have the scrambled eggs that she makes from those eggs. Now we'll look at our rides and roller coasters. Right here we have Tom Walker Spirited Away. It's a wonderful little amusement thing, I suppose, but it's where the devil gets his due because Tom Walker, he's trying to cheat out of the devil, trying to turn to religion, but of course this doesn't work because the devil's very clever. So right here you see these little horses. This is where the devil comes and takes Tom Walker away on a horse. Next up we have Captain Kidd's Final Voyage. It's a very traditional, I suppose, Viking Fury ride, but there you see some cannons, cannonballs. Basically, this is where Captain Kidd goes on his last voyage, crashes his ship, and never reclaims his treasure, which Tom will later use to sell his soul to the devil. Right here, we have the Haunt of the Wild Huntsman. Now, this is an alternate name for Old Scratch, and it's a very suitable one because he is wild and he is a huntsman. You can see it goes in some nice hills. It has a wonderful color scheme of red against black. It goes in those helixes, descent into evil, and it's a good ride. It was voted the best roller coaster at an evil amusement park last year. Right here, we have the Black Miner Death Train. This is another name for Old Scratch, of course, was the Black Miner, after his this sort of soot-covered face. And, of course, it does go underground, as you can see, at these places. It is an actual mine train where you can actually die. And it's a very fun, exciting ride that you should definitely check out at your visit to Devil's Deal Amusement Park. Over here, we have some more restaurants. We have our bakery, the little blue shop there, where you can buy wonderful pastries in Boston. They may have sawdust in them, but, this is before there were any rights for consumers, so it's okay. There's a tavern, of course, where you can buy alcohol that probably wasn't made with very good ingredients, but you can get drunk, and it's a good time for all involved, really. There you have Tom Walker's counting house. This is where he lends money out to the disadvantaged and takes advantage of them and makes their lives horrible. So, I really do hope you enjoyed our tour. Before we go, we'd like to let you look at the landscape a little. Of course, you saw Boston over there, wonderful little area. Over here, you can see, if we zoom out a little, you can see there's a nice river. There's a lake over there where it comes from. And, of course, you go paddling up the river in the canoe ride. Hint, hint. And over here, we see the swamp. Now, right over here is the old Indian fort. You can actually go walking around in this, and you see some people are. They're having a good time exploring the old ruins. But yes, the swamp, you cut through it, or you can go around it, whichever. Depending on whether you want to make a deal with the devil, except you already did that when you entered for free, except for your immortal soul. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of Devil's Deal Amusement Park. This is Jack Martin, owner of said park. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, and good day.